I hope you enjoyed the previous video in this series about the 5 key pitch settings. If you haven't yet, go and watch it first. In this video, we'll talk about the pitch, speed, VS triangle and how mastering this simple concept can smoothen your flying so much, both during initial evolutions and on final. This is a shorter version of one of our sim preparation course modules. Using this technique properly takes more than the 5 minutes we have here, but we lay the groundwork here for you. Enjoy! Now the pitch speed VS triangle, this one's very important as well. So this is to use when you need to do an adjustment of your VS. So typically if the assessor will ask you, okay, climb at 2,500 feet a minute, and they tell you, okay, you're at 180 knots. How many degrees does that take? You have to be able to answer that quickly. Okay, and by the way, the reference speed here is TAS. It's true airspeed, it's not ground speed, and it's not indicated airspeed, so it's TAS. Now, if you're at 10,000 feet, of course, the TAS and the IIS are not the same. There's a difference. Now, if you're at 6,000 feet, it's less. If you're on the approach, you can consider that they're almost the same. Now, this is what it is. So say we're going to assume here that we're going at 180 knots TAS. So we're going to assume we're like at 2,000 feet. So the TAS and the IIS are the same. So this is the relationships. You've got 1 degree. So 1 degree would be 1 mile per minute, 100 feet per minute. But if you're going at 3 miles per minute, you need to say that it's 300 feet per minute, okay? So the triangle normally starts at 1, 1, 1, but if you're at 1 degree, but you go faster, then you need to multiply this one as well. So 1 degree, 3 miles per minute, 300 feet per minute. This means that if you're at 180 knots is 3 miles per minute, okay? So it's if you're at 180 knots, if you pitch up by 1 degree, you're going to achieve 300 feet per minute. And I mean, it's surgical, okay? With the one thing to not make a mistake on the IIS and the TAS, because then it could be wrong. So if you're at 6,000 feet, you can take a look at your ground speed and remove the wind to have an idea of what your TAS actually is. And then that's the reference speed. So you have 3 miles per minute, that's for 180 knots, and you have 4 miles a minute, that's for 240 knots, and you have 5 miles a minute for 300 knots. So if you're at 250 knots at 6 or 8,000 feet, maybe you're actually closer to 300 knots, then it's 5 miles per minute. Then 1 degree of pitch will be 500 feet a minute. In this case, if they ask you to climb at 2,500 feet per minute, well, you will need 5 degrees of pitch. It's as simple as that, okay? But you need to practice this. You need to get a friend to ask you, okay, you're going at 4 miles per minute and they ask you to climb at 2,000 feet per minute. How much is that going to be in pitch? And you need to practice that so that it's quick in your head, okay? And that way, when they ask it during the sim exercise, then you can tell them what you're doing. You can tell them, okay, 2,500 feet a minute. I'm going right now, I've got 250 knots indicated, that's roughly 300 knots, TAS, that's 5 miles per minute. So I will pitch up by 5 degrees and should achieve 2,500 feet per minute. If you say that, oh my God, the instructor is going to be really impressed. Okay, so learn this theory. It's really very useful, and you can practice this in your simulator at home as well, which is great. Good. So this technique is useful when you're being asked to make evolutions during the initial part of the sim assessment. So let's do this one. So if you were asked to climb at 1,000 feet per minute at 180 knots, then you would pitch up by roughly 3 degrees. Okay, and that would work. And by the way, when you're on the approach at 140 knots, on the glide, you're going at 2.5 miles per minute. So it's useful when adjusting your VS on the glide as well. So on the glide, you go at 700 feet per minute average if you're at 140 knots. This is where people get it wrong as well. When they're on the glide, they overcorrect. On the glide, usually, if you're low or if you're high, 1 degree is enough to fix the situation. Because if 700 feet per minute is the target to maintain the glide, and you're a bit low, it's enough to pitch up by 1 degree to achieve a reduction by 200 feet per minute, 250 feet per minute, which if you're patient, it should be enough. And as the diamond comes to you, touch the bottom of the diamond and you would push so that by the time you've done this, you've regained your degree, so to say, okay? So a 2 degree correction is always too much on the glide. And if you pull by 3 degrees, then you're going to be flying level again. And now it's really too much. You're going to go through the glide and have the problem in the other direction. Okay, so this is a very useful technique. Like I said earlier in the video, mastering this technique takes some more explaining, particularly on final, where you have to be very precise with your pitch so you don't oscillate around the glide, or worse still, destabilize a previously stable approach by over-controlling, or the most common error, pulling on the stick involuntarily as your scan moves outside. We'll go through this and so much more in sim preparation course. Now, the sim preparation course adds a lot of operational knowledge. I like to say it's a sim preparation and operational knowledge course. I think it's a really great course to start to really understand what is the life of an airline pilot, on top of learning how to fly the plane. So again, I will invite you, I'll give you a QR code in a second. You can go and check the video I've recorded there to explain the detail of the course. And this is the QR code where you can get the course now. Okay, you can download our app as well. If you want to contact me directly, you can. I go on Discord. Come and see us on Discord. You can subscribe and like the channel. It will be a pleasure to get to see you again very soon.